And welcome back, everyone, to What If Roshi Adopted Goku Part 8. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, we had semi-perfect Cell going around trying to get his perfect form. Now, this version of Cell isn't quite the same as his original version due to time shenanigans and the fact that Piccolo did not exist in the timeline that he was created. He was not around, so he does not have the Namekian regeneration. Still, he was able to achieve his semi-perfect form and was going after 18. Goku and the gang just weren't strong enough at that point to stop him, but Goku decided to use his trump card that he had no idea if it would work, the Golden Ozaru form. While he did overpower Cell, he ultimately was not strong enough to, control it at the time until eventually Bulma and Trunks showed up, and, we were able to finally get him back into his own, mind, and basically allow Goku to access the Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan Primal, as we call it, form. Two things real quick. Someone brought up when this technically be Super Saiyan 2, and technically you're right. But it's so different. I mean, you're not even technically, by all accounts, you're right. Technically, this is Super Saiyan 2 in this version. But the thing is, it's so drastically different than Super Saiyan that I think they would probably call it something different. But the other thing someone brought up is that, and let me see, I want to see if I can actually find the legitimate comment. Just due to the fact that I get what they were saying, but it didn't. I think they kind of missed the point of why something was being called something else. Let me just scroll. I'm just going to see if I can be quick about it. Probably should have had this up prior. Let's see now. It would be, geez. How far down am I here? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Was it here? No, it was. I think. Okay, this is it. I'm not gonna. Again, I don't point out people's names. That I don't think that's. Unless they're, except for suggestions, obviously, but I'm not going to call someone. Basically, they asked, thanks to, and I can tell this English might not be this person's first language. Thanks to ask, where is Android 16? Because they were able to kill Dro that time, either discovered 16. I'm guessing you meant, thank you for bringing up about where 16 is, or something along those lines, because they didn't get a chance to activate 16. Dro got there, activated them, and the fight began. So they don't know anything about 16 at the moment. If Cell headed directly towards the Androids, that means he missed a few cities before coming, therefore he wouldn't be as strong as he was against Piccolo. True, but remember that this version of Cell technically isn't the same Cell. And we have Raditz here, who's also probably had his DNA collected as well. So, as well as Vegeta, Nappa, like the whole gang has pretty much had the DNA collected. So, you could still make the argument Cell's roughly the same power level he was. Maybe not as strong, but strong enough to give him a solid fight. Possibly even weaken the Vegeta before he lost 18. I would not go that far. I think he was probably. I even think Cell, when he met Piccolo, was stronger than your average Super Saiyan. And then asking, why didn't he use the Structo Disc? You remember that Trunks is Vegeta's son, right? It's like, yes, Trunks in the standard timeline is Vegeta's son. Probably best to call the present one Gohan, since that's what he really would be. No, I get what you're saying, but let's be very clear. In name, this character is Trunks. In concept, and in terms of character, this character is not Gohan. This character is closer to probably an amalgamation of what Gohan and Trunks would be if you combine them together. The reason this character can't be called Gohan is because Goku, while he knew of Gohan, he may even met Gohan on one or two occasions. He didn't have any sort of relationship with the man that would embolden him to name his firstborn or any child Gohan. So, with their relationship, Bulma was the one who got the name of the kids. Even when Vegeta was there, which I never understood that. Vegeta actually stuck around, waited for you to give birth to your second kid. And instead of, going out to train, he was actually being attentive, and you didn't let him name the kid that time? That was kind of douchey, Bulma, I'm not going to lie. Well, maybe not douchey. It was kind of self-centered. But yeah, I honestly think that Bulma would have no issue, Goku would have no issue naming the kid Trunks. Personality-wise, this kid would most likely be a less entitled version of Trunks with some of the good moral values that Goku brings to the table. I think he would actually have probably what a lot of people would think the perfect version of Gohan would be. Someone who is very intelligent, is a little full of himself, definitely has the confidence, but is also taught the level of humility that it need be by their father Goku, and raised by Roshi to be like that as well, and still be intelligent but also a capable fighter as well. That's basically what I wanted to get out of there. Before we continue, now that my TED Talk's over, basically Goku is now transformed into the Super Saiyan. We'll call it Super Saiyan 4 for now until I call it Primal, but Super Saiyan 4, we'll just call that. And, Semi-Perfect Cell is just, was like, what is this form? How could he do this? What exactly is this? And then Goku just, looks up, he's kind of testing it. I was like, Goku, are you okay? And then, he looks over at Bulma and Trunks and he gives him the smile. I was like, you're okay? It's like, yeah, I'm better than ever. Sorry, but I'd love to stay in chat, honey, but I got something to take care of. And Roshi's watching, like, my word, to think he's gotten this strong after all this time. I really better keep up on my training then. Mr. Popo, my son's got this, Popo. I'm gonna be spending some time in the time chamber. And then of course, Roshi. And Goku immediately just looks up at Cell, and all of a sudden Cell just he's like got this intense pain in his gut. Just, he sees Goku on the ground, and all of a sudden he realizes that Goku's the one punching him, and the Goku disappears. He moves so fast, couldn't even register it. And then it's over, Cell. You've lost. It's like, why, all I need is 18. You can then have a real challenge, Goku. Wouldn't that be enough? Getting Goku just blast the hole right there. I don't care about those things, Cell. I might like a good fight, but not at the expense of threatening my family. You threatened my family. And then he just blasts Cell with a blast, and then Kamehameha, boom, and then incinerates Cell. So the Cell games never happened. Cell never happened, and Mr. Satan does not become the hero of the world. So that means what happens in those 7 years of peace? Well, back on track real quick, I do think eventually Nappa and Vegeta come take over Cold's empire, and including take out Cold. Because having trained for so long, thanks to the gravity chamber, they do eventually hit heights of Super Saiyan, Ultra Saiyan, all that stuff. They hit those heights. And in the 7 years, they probably do eventually hit like the perfect Super Saiyan form. Vegeta is basically ruling as prince, or king in this case. But what's happening on Earth? Well, like I said, Trunks would probably kind of be the perfect amalgamation of, I think, Trunks and Gohan. But remember, this Trunks is the same age as the canon version of Trunks, which means he's actually not in high school. So he's not going to be meeting Videl at any point. So that's a big change right there. Videl honestly might risk getting her ass handed to her and even killed at some points. But for the sake of argument, let's just say she does not get killed. I do think that Trunks has Super Saiyan. Everyone else has been training. Roshi comes out and says hi every now and then. Goku goes up and says hi every now and then. They have the gravity chamber that Bulma made for them. Everyone who does train still trains and tries to do their best. Goku at this point has mastered, over 7 years, he's mastered Super Saiyan 4, and has realized that he can access Super Saiyan 2, basically the Ascended Saiyan form, if you will. That's where Goku's like, I think we'll call this one just Super Saiyan 2, but what do we call this one? Because it's just through training. And anytime he does hit Super Saiyan 4, I don't see Super Saiyan 3 being a very likely output. It's just, as much as I love the form personally, it's got too much drawback compared to the other ones. But Goku, he keeps his training up. He learns to use Kaioken in combination with Super Saiyan 4, which puts him well above pretty much anything on the planet and most of the things in the universe. Goku basically kind of avoids, honestly, the tournaments. I think that's a big thing, is that there's actually no reason for Goku to do the martial arts tournaments here. Gets playing and training. Tien, Krillin, they all show up. He trains with his dad every now and then. Like he's got, I mean, he has no true rival on the planet per se in terms of strength, but he's still got a lot to look forward to. There's no reason for him to be in the tournament, which makes the tournament very interesting, because that's where we're going to basically fast forward to. I mean, they hear about another martial arts tournament. Goku actually decides not to participate just because there's no reason for him to. Even he knows it. If Vegeta were around, if all his other friends were around, they were participating, sure, but none of them are really participating. Although I could see Krillin doing it just for the money, to be frank. But yeah, and yes, Krillin did marry 18. 18 got away. She met Krillin. I think it took longer for him to get to Krillin. By the way, for anyone who asks, please, for the person who asks, please make it 18 versus Krillin. You did know that during the last episode, he was married to Bulma with a kid, right? You were paying attention to that, right? Anyway, so Goku, they're still there. They're still watching. Goku still watches the match because he still gets enjoyment. He's rooting for Krillin. Unfortunately, Yamu and Spopovich are still doing their thing. They beat on Videl hard. Videl actually, gets her ass kicked and thrown out of the ring because she never learned how to fly. They then decide to target, honestly, they probably would target either Supreme Kai or Krillin, because they'd be the strongest ones in the tournament. And for the sake of argument, let's say they go after Krillin, because we actually don't know how strong Shin is. He's strong. He is strong, but we never actually get an idea of just how strong he is. Like, he is dumbfounded. Like, these guys are dumbfounded by the level of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan when he's been out of practice. Even Super Saiyan Gohan, they kind of acknowledge, was pretty powerful as well. Which tells me that Shin probably isn't as strong as, say... I get the impression Shin isn't even as powerful as, say, like, Frieza in his final form back in Z. Shin is best... Again, there's no official power level. Someone's probably going to end up saying, Shin's power level is this. There's no official power level. Sorry. Shin's power, I'm guessing, is probably somewhere between full-powered Frieza and DBZ and like his suppressed force. So somewhere in the mid millions, tens of millions, but nothing so powerful where, like, I don't think, frankly, Shin could take on the androids. I'm going to be honest. And Super kind of actually reinforces that theory that Shin isn't that powerful. I mean, he's powerful, sure. And he could have made mincemeat of anything in the Saiyan Saga or early Namek Saga. I have no doubt about that. But, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So, they steal Krillin's energy, which is not a lot. Comparatively, it's not a lot. But it's more than normally they'd get. And they head off, and they fly after him. Now, Shin, I do think, does reach out to Goku for help. He's heard about Goku from the other Kais and all that, like especially King Kai. He's heard about Goku, so he does want this guy's help. And I do think he reached out prior to the tournament, and then when it happened, Goku flies off. Tells Trunks did participate probably in like the junior division and won, but he flies off. Tien wasn't around for this one, but Yamcha was. Yamcha does help to some degree. Krillin is given a Sensabine. He flies off to help after them. Roshi basically contacts them saying, I can give you their coordinates. Don't worry, Goku. I'm following them. And because Roshi at this point, even though he's got his youth back, he's starting to gauge up again a little bit. It's now been about been well over a decade since he wish got granted, even though he will, again, still be like this old at like 600 or something like that. He'll still live well on. He is starting to age up just a little bit again. So think mid-40s-ish. But again, it's like slow aging kind of process. Excuse me. Oh. So Roshi's pointing out, and Roshi's power at this point, after the 7 years in continued training and having his youth back and all that, Roshi, if he had to, probably could have. This Roshi could have taken out Cell's first form at this point. That's how strong he's become, in my opinion. Anyway, ugh. So sorry, we had Chinese. It's coming back on me a little bit. So Goku and them head over. They fly over. Eventually, they get there, and Dabura's there, and he spits at him. Goku gets out of the way. Krillin gets hit, as does Kibito in this case. But just as Dabura's about to, I'd say, kill, say, Yamcha in this case, Goku comes in and actually just boom, gut checks him. He's in Super Saiyan already, and he boom, gut checks him. Dabura and him actually have a fight right out from the gate out there. Seeing Dabura's spit in action, Goku knows to avoid that. In Super Saiyan, Goku would not have been able to take on Dabura, and I don't think that's the case here. But he goes Super Saiyan 2 and immediately pushes Dabura back. Dabura does flee, and they go into the ship. Goku, though, is still in Super Saiyan 2 form. Pui is like, so if you want him, Kai, come get him. They give them Krillin's energy, which I doubt would even get it up to 10%, quite frankly. Because we know Gohan's energy was able to get it up to 50% at Super Saiyan 2. There's no way Krillin has that level of power. That said, let's be nice and say 5%. I think 5% is more generous for Krillin at this point. Goku makes a quick mincemeat of Pui. Yakon takes him to light. Dabura and him then have their rematch. Except this time Goku's like, I'm not playing around here, Dabura. Let us through now. It's like, come, you don't want to challenge. It's like, fine, you want to go, let's go. And they do get out again. Super Saiyan 2 Goku is again pushing the envelope, but ultimately Dabura is able to keep up with them. Goku then just says, I've had enough. Go Super Saiyan 4. Completely waste Dabura. Buu at this point has barely gotten any energy. He's probably like 15%. Goku and the others, Supreme Kai, Bowdy's trying to like teleport him out. He's trying to maybe target someone for evil intent, but he can't. So he's basically trying to maybe teleport them out using a spell. Unfortunately, Goku basically just blasts them all the way to the base of his ship. Like, no, I won't let you, Papa. And then she basically kind of like bounds up Bowdy. It's like, it's over, Bowdy. No, you're never bringing Majin Buu back. That's for certain. And Goku just ultimately takes out the Buu's paws. Like, Goku, what did you do? It's like, what? I destroyed him. Why? What's wrong? It's like, Goku, you don't understand. That was a containment vessel. Even if he's not at full power, Buu could still be released. And Buu ultimately does revive as they blow up the ship. It's like, Buu, is that you? Buu feel weak. Buu need food. Boo's only at like 15-20%. If we are to go for a hypothetical here of what Boo's power actually is, if we were to use like a power level just for shits and giggles, we know Goku was actually stronger, Vegeta instead, than Gohan when he fought Cell in Super Saiyan 2. There is an actual definitive power level for Dabura and Goku with the Achilles that Babidi measures with. 4,000 for Dabura, 3,000 for Goku in Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 2, that's 6,000. And we know Gohan's power was less than when he fought Cell, which means his power would not have been 5,000 Kili, which a Kili probably is roughly equivalent to 1,000 Kili is probably roughly equivalent to like 1 billion. So we can kind of reverse engineer that a little bit. Gohan is probably more like 4, which means his base power was around 2 million, which means Boo's power at 50% is 2 million. Upon first release, his full power is like 4 million upon first release. Keep that in mind. Well, actually, no, sorry. Boo's base, I should take that back. Boo's power is actually about 4 million at 50%. 8 million when he's released, when he is partially released. Which would make sense because Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Goku could not beat this guy, or would not have been able to beat this guy. But so we scale that back. Gohan's probably about 2 million. So in terms of what Buu at 20%, we'll just conservatively say 20% would look like. It's actually pretty easy to scale it back to 1 million or 1 billion. for the 25%, and then 5% of that would be of the 8 would be 800. No, that's 10%. Would be about 400 million. So Boo's only at about 600 million in terms of his power level right now. Boo is not in good shape right now. And Goku immediately Boo just tries to eat someone, throws the attack at the candy beam, but it's so weak that Goku's able to quickly avoid it. Sees that rocket turn the child, he's like, oh my god! It's like, Boo, it's like, Boo, kill them! You can turn them into chocolate, eat them. You can have them all to yourselves. Boo, like that. But Goku's like, yeah, I'm not. And Goku in Super Saiyan 4 wrecks Fat Boo's shit. Like, literally beats the pink tar out of this man. And yeah, this Boo cannot survive this guy. Goku cannot survive Goku. Goku wastes this Boo. It's like, Boo, no! And Boo is no longer. He did it. He killed Majin Buu. I hope you know what this means for you, Babidi. And this is the end. And I actually do think Shin takes Babidi's life. Because without Buu existing, there is no reason to keep Babidi around. So he does make the call and take his life. Sorry, the sheet right here. So that it basically, Shin thanks him for everything. They all thank him, Goku, for everything. And Goku is, the hero. Whoop-de-doo. But what happens when Beerus comes around? Beerus wakes up, goes to King Kai, asks where the Saiyans are, says that there are only a couple on Earth. I do think Bra is born. I do think they have another kid at this point. However, that really only leaves Goku, Bra, Trunks. There is Vegeta and Nappa, and we know, obviously, Broly and the are out in the world. So they're busy celebrating Bulma's birthday. They're all happy-go-lucky. Beerus does show up. Goku's like, who the hell is this guy? Kami's there too, or Roshi's there too, obviously. It's like, oh, it seems they're having some sort of celebration week. It's like, hi, I'm Goku, and you are, Goku, you're the Saiyan North Kai told me about. North Kai? King Kai? Wait, you know him? Who exactly are you? Oh, yes, I don't think he's very much aware of the goings-on of the universe, unfortunately, this one. I'm Whis, the angel attendant of the god of destruction of the seventh, Lord Beerus. It's a god of destruction? Oh, what's that? And basically briefly explained it. It's like, wait, does that mean you're strong? Oh, quite strong. Probably the strongest one in the universe, as a matter of fact. Really? It's like, really? Does that mean maybe we could, duke it out? Goku's really excited for a person. Sounds like he's the strongest guy in the universe. I'd love to try him out. And Beerus like, you really want to take me on? Well, that should be completely honest. I was considering challenging you the same way. You see, I'm looking for something known as a Super Saiyan God. Would you be able to? And, Goku's like, huh. Well, I know I'm pretty strong, but I would never consider myself a god or anything like that. I can't say for certain I've ever heard of it myself. I was like, oh, how unfortunate, indeed. And then Beerus said, oh, what is that delightful smell? It's like, oh, it's my wife's birthday. I was like, and Bulma's like, yeah, it's my birthday. And you guys, don't really take kindly to crashes. Oh, come on, Bulma. If this guy really is the strongest in the universe, there's no way I can't beat him. So we might not want to make him angry, per se. Plus, he's apparently something called the Destroyer God. This guy's probably no joke. And I want to fight him too. As long as they behave, it's all right, honey? Please. And Goku's like, please, and he gives this smile. It's like, and Bulma's like, fine, as long as they don't make a mess. She looks at him, just takes him by the collar, like, you are lucky you are handsome. You're lucky you're cute. And she gives him a kiss, and it's like, and he's like, hey. I was like, come on, guys, and they're enjoying the food. It's like, oh my god, this is wonderful. Beerus gets his pudding, and I imagine Beerus would be like fall head over heels for pudding. Just like, oh my god, oh, the food here is to die for. And after they're done, Goku and Beerus actually do have a fight. So Goku was just like, all right, fine. It's like, yeah, from what I understand, you can do transformations. Is that right? Goku tries base, can't do a damn thing, obviously. He goes to Kari, boom, it's like, interesting. Tapping into your natural Saiyan abilities, I see. And, Goku, again, just can't do anything. Tries Kaioken times 20. Again, nothing. Super Saiyan, Nothing. Super Saiyan 2, nothing. Now, after that, it's like, oh, I guess even Super Saiyan 2 is no match for him. Well, I guess it's time to pull out the big guns. And remember, the gap, there is no official multiplier on Super Saiyan 4. Most tend to think it's a 10 times multiplier times past Super Saiyan 3, which is generally the multiplier I go with because of the whole Zaru tail thing that gets added on to that. Uh, that's about a 4,000 times multiplier. And add on that Goku's been training a lot, plus knows how to use Kaioken on there. When they sense the transformation here, even Beerus perks up a little bit. Like, oh, it looks like he's been hiding quite a bit of power indeed. And even we say, indeed, this Saiyan is quite impressive indeed for a mortal. And and the Goku finally powers up, and they begin again in earnest. Just like before, Beerus actually, at least is indulging Goku a little bit, and is actually impressed by just how fast and strong he is, to the point where he even blocks a couple of hits out of respect. I must say, but is this all the power you have? Now, I don't think Goku can pull out Kaioken times 20 in Super Saiyan 4 yet, but I do think he can do it times 10. It's like, not even I still got one more trick up my sleeve, Lord Beerus. It's like, really? And what is that? Kaioken times 10! And times 10, Beerus actually goes wide at his Goku, boom, smacks him straight in the face, and boom, actually is able to get a couple clean shots on Beerus. Now, granted, he even says, I don't even feel it with Goku when they're originally fighting in God form, at least in the show. And I think that's kind of what it is here, but he still is actually able to get is surprised that Goku got clean hits on him. And it actually takes him a couple more hits to put Goku down this time than it did originally, to the point where once he cuts for one more hit, Goku's balancing kicks in, he grabs Beerus by the head and actually just blasts him point blank in the gut. Just, and Beerus actually has a look and say, look at him and say, I must admit, you are impressive for a mortal. Unfortunately, you're still not what I'm looking for. And just, damn it all, the Super Saiyan God isn't here. Now, here is where we're pretty much going to leave it off. But, and I was like, yeah, sorry, Lord Beerus. I guess I wasn't enough. I guess I couldn't put up a really good fight against you. Beerus, though, is a bit more, is respectful because believe me, I wasn't expecting you to put up the fight you did. You did quite admirably, Saiyan. I must admit, I am impressed. But no, you are not the Super Saiyan God I am looking for. The Super Saiyan God isn't here either, Whis. And it's like, Goku's just thinking, well, what about the Dragon Balls? We could maybe use them to find out about the Super Saiyan God. Beerus picks up about this because they do know what Dragon Balls are. It's like, it's Dragon Balls, you say? You have Dragon Balls here? Using them to find out about the Super Saiyan God. This is it. This is something that I can work with. Whis, do you agree? I concur, Lord Beerus. Using the Dragon Balls probably would be an effective method of finding out where and how we can find the Super Saiyan God. So that's what they do. They call Shenron, and Shenron tells them the procedure to create a Super Saiyan God. The problem is, they only got 3 Saiyans. So the question is, what the hell are they going to do? Well, we'll find that out next time on Dragon Ball Z What If, which, because it's the week of What If coming up, will be on Thursday. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put it in comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.